Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Coming up on ESPN. It's Week 16 and another typically wild season of the NFL. Ho, ho, ho. The stockings are hung by the chimney with care. But which teams are going to find a playoff berth in their stocking? Which ones will find the dreaded cold? We'll see, but first, an interesting late-season matchup for you on ESPN. New York, Cincinnati. It's game time!
While the teams are out on the field getting loose, the fans are filing in and finding their seats for the game. Hi, I'm Dan Stevens, and welcome to Paul Brown Stadium. Peter O'Keefe is next to me in the booth, and Peter, we've got a couple of offensive powerhouses down on the field.
No doubt about it, Dan. We could be in for a high-scoring game today. Rudy Johnson is just a great all-around running back. He's got speed, vision, jukes, power, a little bit of everything. I'll tell you what, Dan, his teammate isn't too shabby either. Chad Johnson is one of the better receivers in the league. He's one of those players that a defense has to key in on and respect. Otherwise, he's going to make you pay. A talented duo to be certain. They just might make the difference out there.
Okay, Peter, we'll see how they do once the game begins, but first, the toss of the coin.
Tails.
Ready. Bryant kicks it off to begin the game. Perry decides to take it out of the end zone. Another move. Dragged down at the 25.
Guys, back to you.
Susie, Johnson goes in motion. Johnson chews up 4 yards, and that will bring up second down. Kitna just rifles this one, and it's tipped.
Pressure that time.
Third down and 4 wideouts and 3 and out. Richardson takes the long snap and punts it away. Peterson fields the punt at the 30. Brought down at the 35. Tomlinson carries it past scrimmage and maybe picks up one on. Manning throws a bullet to the flat, and the reception's made at the 37. Knocked out of bounds at the 44.
Eli Manning had no trouble zinging that one past the secondary. That was one heck of a throw.
A great. Tomlinson will get the carry on third down and converts the third down. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you. Tomlinson gets the call again and heads left. Chalky catches it in the flat, and that will be a gain of 3 yards. Manning lets it go here, and it's caught at the 32, 10, 5, and he's in for the touchdown.
LaDainian Tomlinson makes the catch and then takes it for a great run here. Now he's got it. If you give him the room, he'll be happy to take it from you.
That's his first touchdown of the day. Bryant kicks it off. Perry catches it back at the 3. Stopped at the 21. Schobel goes in motion. Johnson will take this one off the toss and takes it upfield. Chased down at the 32.
That's the definition of a standout year.
Johnson gets the handoff and...
Back to you, guys.
As always, we'll hope for the best up here. Robbins gets the sack way back at the 30.
Thumbs up, 5 stars. It's all good, baby.
Richardson takes the snap and punts it away. Peterson catches it at the 27. Tackled at the 35. 35-yard line. Tomlinson gets the toss and runs into traffic. One man to beat. Finally stopped at the 49. Manning fires this one over the middle, and it's tipped. will be good for a gain of 8. Tomlinson carries it for the 6th time and picks up the first down. They couldn't connect on this one. Incomplete. Tomlinson bulldozes right of center. Hilliard didn't haul that one in, and it falls incomplete. It'll be punt this away. Fields gets the ball and punts it away. Williams. Kitna zings it to the right side, and it's caught at the 33. Johnson will get Kitna, throws a bullet, and the catch is made for a gain of a couple.
Put it up on DBs.
Cousin hammers the receiver and forces him to drop the ball. Incomplete. That will bring up 4th down.
Make a play.
But no one did, and it will now be 4th down. Richardson gets the snap and punts it away. Peterson fields the punt at... Tomlinson will get the carry on 1st down and picks up 8 yards on the play.
LaDainian Tomlinson played smart and used his blockers to perfection on that last play.
Peter, what a nice pickup to get them into a 2nd and short situation.
Yeah, great play, and now they have a bunch of options on what to try next.
Tomlinson carries it for the 9th time and maybe picks up 1 on... Tomlinson gains 3.
Easy, but it's not, Dan. That's good execution.
Manning throws a bullet to the flat, and the catch is made for a gain. Jockey catches it left sideline, and Manning throws this one right sideline, and it's intercepted. No one in front of him. Tackled at the 33.
Ryan Simmons does a great job reacting when he sees the passes off base and steps in to catch it. The snow can be such a wild card in the passing game.
Stoutland. Kitna zings it to the right side, and they can't connect in the game. This one will fall incomplete in the field. Graham boots it from 50 yards out, and offense takes the field with the clock at 14. Manning throws a heater right sideline, and it's intercepted. Brought down at the 40.
Come on. Don't worry about it. Come on, Adam. I'm coming out.
Rogers Beckett does a fantastic job breaking down the play and knowing where to be to intercept the pass. Having help in the zone really paid off for him.
Well, that's their 2nd. The field with the clock at 6. Blocker makes a play. Kitna throws this one way downfield, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Are out in front, 7-0. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN Halftime Report. Boomer?
All right, Dan, we'll get back to you in a bit. But welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. As we look at the numbers from the first half and look at the turnover column, the Bengals should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. We'll pick up the action midway through the first quarter. LaDainian Tomlinson came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. A 48-yard touchdown for the Giants. The Giants get the first points of the game and go up by 7. Giants late into the second quarter, ball at the 48. Ryan Simmons is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. Giants coming up on the end of the half. Giants leading by 7. Rogers Beckett was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. And that's where we'll leave this one. Bengals are down, but still in it, 7-0. Today's halftime hero has turned in an incredible performance thus far. LaDainian Tomlinson has played outstanding. And now let's return to the second half with Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe.
Thanks, Boomer, and welcome back to our broadcast presented in ESPN Game Sound. Designed and developed in collaboration with Dolby, the leader in surround sound technology. And the action. Peterson fields the second half kickoff at the 4. Ground to a halt at the 25. Peter, it looks like the playoff race is shaping up.
Well, it sure is, Dan.
At their own 25-yard line. Tomlinson has his number called on first down and gains about 3. Smith sacks him way. Manning floats this one out to the right sideline, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Tomlinson picks up a yard on the play, and that brings up. Manning makes the throw after the play action fake, and it's intercepted. One man to beat. Stopped at the 18. Johnson picks up about 2, and that brings up 2nd down. Kitna rifles it out left side, and it's intercepted. Back down at the 13. Their offense recently, and we'll see if they can get back on track here. This drive begins at their own 13-yard. Manning passes this one, and it's caught at the 47, and he's stopped right there. Tomlinson takes it for his 14th carry and heads wide left. Tackled at the 46. Tomlinson is at the 35, 15, 5, and touchdown.
Right here, making it too easy, too easy.
Man, so see that, man. I got my head right. Got my head right.
Dan, check out all the yards he snarfs up here. Yes, snarfs. That's an old football term. Tell you what, though, this is a great play.
That was his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. Not a bad day at the office so far. And we're ready. Bryant booms a beauty here. Harry decides to take it out of the end zone. Dragged down at the 25. Will start at their own 25-yard line. Johnson will get the carry on 2nd down and gets the 1st and more. The 45, 35, finally dropped at the 26. 1st down. Johnson snags the dart right sideline, and that's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Chad Johnson fights for every inch of turf he can get. Watch here as he makes the catch.
Right there, and then he runs for a few more.
Classic over.
That's the signal, and we're set. Graham rockets this one deep. The Giants let this bounce out of the end zone for a touchback. Tomlinson picked up about 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Tomlinson gets the call again and barely picks up the 1st down. Manning throws it here, and it's complete at the 45. Hunted down at the 49. Tomlinson chews up 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Okay, what's the plan? Okay, let's go.
Tomlinson has his number called on 2nd down and will gain close to 6. Tomlinson has his number called on 3rd down and converts the 3rd down. Tomlinson, the Bengals take their first time. Tomlinson takes it off the toss and runs into traffic. The Bengals will take a timeout. Tomlinson carries it yet again and heads left. Brought down at the 16. And that is going to do it for this one. The Giants come out on top 14-7. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
It's gonna be coming to you, baby. It's gonna be coming to you. All day.
Okay, Dan, thank you very much. And let's welcome all of you back to the studio. I'm Chris Berman here to bring you our ESPN Video Games post-game wrap-up. The Giants stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's get started in this one early in the third quarter. Dwayne Big Man Clemens would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. The Bengals, after getting an interception, the Bengals inside the red zone. William Peterson is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. The Giants, after a red zone stop, Giants winning by 7. LaDainian Tomlinson is going to take this one right up the gut. Look at the burst as he busts into the secondary. There he goes. They're now up by 14. The Bengals answer right back. Rudy Johnson is going to get the carry here as they grind it out on the ground. He makes the most of this one. A 48-yard play that set up a Bengal touchdown. Bengals losing 14-7. Eli Manning would find his target on this one. And that's where we'll leave this one. Giants edge out a win 14-7. Now let's talk to a player who was instrumental in their dominant running game and is our player of the game. LaDainian Tomlinson is standing by with our Susie Colbert. Susie?
Thanks, Chris. You helped carry your team today, and you nosed them out in this nail-biter game. What do you think was the critical factor in getting the W?
Our offense was really in rhythm tonight, moving the ball well, putting points on the board. They were having a tough time stopping us. We executed our offense the way we needed to get this one.
Chris?
ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports for 25 years and counting. I'm Chris Berman. We'll see you next time.
This is SportsCenter.
Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the 49ers edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Falcons pick up win number 7. The Colts won this contest, but will stay at the second place in the AFC South. Number 84 stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Giants, Bengals. Team some LaDainian Tomlinson got the ball here, and it was a defensive meltdown. He's got lots of space ahead. The Giants go on to win this by the final score of 14-7. Todd Uriah Heep hauled in over 150 yards receiving and helped his Ravens beat the Steelers. Up in the Motor City, Detroit, we had the Lions drop this one by 17. Down in Nashville, we had the Titans come away with a 7-point win. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Justin Fargas will have a new place to call home as he accepts a new contract. 6 years, $5.2 million, plus a $1.0 million signing bonus. This guy is also on the move as he signs a robust 5-year contract with the Raiders.
Texans, Jaguars. David Carr is a threat even though the ball's still at the 23-yard line. Split to the left a little bit in the backfield. Now goes deep to the end zone. Pass underthrown, but it's a touchdown. The Texans win this one by the final score of 24-21. The Raiders erupted for 400-plus offensive yards in their victory at Arrowhead Stadium. The Panthers won on the road and will now head home to meet the Saints. The Eagles won this contest but will stay at the first place in the NFC East. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Derek Mason won't see action for a while, so this offense is going to have to make do without him. Doctors confirming the worst this week, a torn hamstring, and that'll put him out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. In front of you, we've got the NFC list, and as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Donald Driver might be the biggest loss on this list. Doctors confirming the worst this week, a torn hamstring, and that'll put him out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. On to the serious news of the week. Deltha O'Neal will miss the remainder of the season. So now that secondary is going to have to really come together if they're going to make up for his absence. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Aeneas Williams is going to find himself in street clothes for the time being, and that'll be a major blow to this club. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Redskins, Cowboys.
Being
Dedrick Ward is split out at the 3-yard line and takes the quick hitch, touchdown. The Cowboys go on to win this by the final score of 24-17. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Packers pick up their 11th win of the year. The Patriots win yet again this week and keep their impressive streak alive. And last but not least, we had the Seahawks come away victorious. So let's change things up a bit and turn to a guy that's had his eye on the college game, and that's our own Mel Kiper Jr. He joins us now. Mel, your work never ends, I know. Believe me, I know better than anybody else. But it's never too early to start thinking about next year's draft, is it?
Well, you're absolutely right. And with the college bowl season upon us, a lot of guys view their upcoming bowl game as more or less an open audition for NFL scouts everywhere. Ferguson is a guy right off the bat that's really impressed me thus far. 6'4", 337, out of Missouri. And this is a guy that's very agile out there and has great leg drive. But what intrigues me is his versatility. I really feel he can play any position on the line, though he's without question best suited to play guard at the next level. Benson is another name that's becoming well known in NFL circles. As a corner, he's effectively controlled his side of the field all year long, and his makeup speed and great instincts make him almost certain to be one of the first corners drafted. So that'll do it for now, but you can guarantee that the big board is going to see a lot of risers and fallers between now and April.
Yes, indeed, just 1 week to go and the playoff picture's starting to take shape. But still some areas that'll need to be cleared up next weekend. We'll start with a look at the AFC playoff picture. Meanwhile, let's take a look at how things stand over in the NFC. So there you have it. Still plenty of intrigue left in this NFL season as the homestretch madness is only just beginning. And that'll do it from here. Chris, let's send it back over to you.
And that'll do it here for Pivotal Week 16. As always, good. You have surprises to go around and plenty of intrigue still to come. My primetime players each took his team to the next level, and each is going to take home a game ball. Great work, fellas. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.